Welcome to the UK screening of Ip Man 4 the finale, starring Scott Adkins, homegrown star. Is that the correct term? Homegrown star?
Homegrown star, yes. From England. Not an American like in the movie.
How does it feel to be back in the UK for Christmas and the holidays? Just have a little break.
Great. I love England. I like the cold weather at Christmas. Doesn't feel right if it's hot. And yeah, looking forward to a good Christmas. Happy to be part of this amazing film franchise.
Do you have any Christmas plans?
I'm just going to watch Ip Man 4 over and over at the cinema. No, you know, the usual stuff.
Do you ever mime your character while the movie is playing?
Mime? Maybe without knowing it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just watching it and all of a sudden I go, "Is this your Chinese kung fu?"
What was your reaction when you found out you got the role?
Donnie Yen sent me a message saying that he wanted me to play the part. Didn't know what the part was exactly, but I knew I wanted to do it. Yeah, main bad guy, Ip Man 4. And yeah, that was a thrill because I've grown up watching Donnie Yen, like a lot of people, way back in the day, in the late 80s. You know, I mean, people for a long time didn't really know about Donnie Yen unless you were into Hong Kong cinema, did they? So, oh, that Ip Man guy. Well, I was watching him back in the 80s, 90s, in The Line of Duty 4, Tiger Cage 2, Iron Monkey, Once Upon a Time in China, all those films. So it meant a lot to me that he wanted me to do it, and I didn't want to let him down.
How did you prepare for the role?
I didn't really know exactly what they wanted until I got there, so I spoke to the script writer, one of the script writers, at length about the vision of the character, because Wilson, the director, his English is not the best. But when I figured out what they wanted, and obviously physically I'm always ready to go, but when I figured out what sort of character they wanted and figured out that they wanted that sort of full metal jacket type of drill sergeant, then I knew what I needed to do. But I didn't want to do a stereotypical version of that. I mean, it's there to a degree, but I didn't want to completely take off that actor from Full Metal Jacket. So I tried to add a few more layers to it. But yeah, physically I'm always ready to go.
How would you describe your character as complex as they are?
The character in this? I mean, I had a very specific job to do. The director wanted to tell a specific story, and I'm not the nicest character, but I didn't shy away from that. I lent into it as much as I could. I enjoyed playing the bad guy, and it was my job to say some despicable things in order to be a tool to tell the story that the director wants to tell. So I had to say some pretty nasty things sometimes, but you always try and find a way to sympathise with the character. You almost have to be your character's lawyer and think about reasons why he does what he does, and try and understand why he says the things he says. You shouldn't judge the character, you should try and understand why he is the way he is. But basically he's a small-minded bigot.
How did you sympathise with your character?
Just try and understand where he's coming from and what life experience has led him to think this way. Why he has these prejudices against Chinese people. Why does he choose Japanese martial art but still be prejudiced against Chinese people? What's happened for him to look down on these people? And you know, you figure out reasons for that.
How would you describe your character's journey throughout the film?
I mean, he talks a good talk, doesn't he? And he pays for it. I mean, I don't know. His arc is to be shown a lesson.
How do you think making this film has changed you? Has it made you appreciate filmmaking more, or acting, or do you think you have a greater appreciation for...
Well, I worked with Young With Ping twice before when I was just coming up. I started off in Hong Kong, and then I realised I really should have paid more attention when I worked with the guy who's thought to be the godfather of martial arts action movies, and Donnie Yen as well. So on this particular one, I thought, right, I'm going in there, I'm going to try and learn as much as I can from the filmmaking side. So I certainly paid attention, and I learnt a lot, and I learnt a lot of Donnie as well. And he gave me lots of advice because he speaks good English. Some great stuff, great pearls of wisdom. So yeah, it changed me as much as I was educated even more so on the art of making action films.
Can you share some of that advice with us, or is it personal?
No, it's not personal. There's too much, and it's little nuggets that that are in there, but I forget exactly what I was told. But I just remember Donnie telling me something about if it's your close-up and you're looking at Donnie Yen, Ip Man, and now I've got to run at him. What everyone tends to do is they'll be there, and then because they want to go fast that way, they'll drop out of frame and then move. And he would just tell me how he would lean forwards like this and keep his head up. Little things like that you don't really think about, but it's so important because that's the art of action cinema. It's all about what looks good, not necessarily what feels good or right, but what looks good.
How was your relationship with the action choreographer or the action director throughout the process of the film?
John Woo Ping, so I just wanted to do exactly what he told me to do. I'm not going to say, I think you should do it this way, am I? It's John Woo Ping. So I just tried to learn as much as I could and do exactly what he wanted me to do. And just tried to get through the day and without breaking a muscle or something, because it was pretty tough work.
You didn't break anything through the film?
No, luckily.
Yeah.
Normally I could hurt myself pulling a muscle or something, but I was okay.